I would love to hear Eddie Murphy just do anything live on stage as a stand-up comic, but because there's such pressure to be better than you were before, you're not only judged by your past specials, and then some people say, gee, he was much better back then because he talked about this, now he's afraid to talk about that. You know, you're so judged that it literally can clam a guy up.
I talk to him. You know, we're not talking about a guy that I don't have access to. We're talking about a real friend, a real mentor. I've talked to him. Eddie, what the fuck are you doing? Get on stage. I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe. Eddie is still today. I will say today. From a joke to joke perspective, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Dave Chappelle the crown that he deserves. In my opinion, he deserves it. Dave Chappelle, he's just operating on a different frequency right now. And
it's insane.
Eddie Murphy, when I tell you, if you sit in a room with Eddie, you will laugh from the beginning of the day to the end. He loves to be funny. He loves to joke. He loves to laugh. He loves to tell stories. He loves it. He still has a passion for it. There is just no want or reason to step back into that place until he feels like he absolutely positively is ready for that moment. And he says, until he has that, then why do it? And I understand him. Like, he's reached a level of security and happiness and greatness in his career. Why jeopardize any of that?
When I'm trying to imagine that you are now friends with Eddie Murphy, I mean, close friends. As a kid growing up, I'm sure you idolized him. Now, when you're in a position that you've earned your chops and you've become very famous for being funny in your own right, is it hard for you to be your natural self, to be authentic around a guy like Eddie? When do you start getting comfortable with these guys that you idolized growing up and now you're suddenly friends with them?
Well, there's the shock period of when you can't believe your surroundings. There's the shock period of, holy fuck, like, look at the circle that I'm in. Yeah. Damn, there goes Rock. There's Chappelle. Holy fuck. There's, God damn it. There's a thing where you have that. And then there's a moment when you realize the people that are there are just dope, good people. Chappelle orchestrated the dinner. This is the biggest comedic night in my life. It's Chris, Dave, me, Eddie, Tucker. Oh. We sit down at dinner, and the dinner is so fucking great. It's so great. And in the middle of realizing how great it is, I realized why. It's because we were all listening to Eddie give stories with fucking pizzazz, personality, telling us what happened this. Nah, this motherfucker, I remember, man, he told me. And we're dying laughing. And none of us are trying to one-up the story. None of us are telling other story. We're all listening and feeding off of Eddie's energy. And it was one of those things where now when you look back at it, it was us bowing down to the fucking GOAT in our mind. Regardless of where we are in our careers, Eddie was at the head of that table. We all sat around Eddie at the head of the table. We ate, we listened to Eddie, we joked, we laughed, we fucking toasted glasses, man. And we shared a bond, but it was one of respect. It was one of not just mutual respect, but looking at Eddie going, you're the reason why. You're the reason why we can sit at this table. Like, these doors got kicked open because of what you did.